Very interesting case. This was in the western suburbs. I think it was in Minnetonka, if memory serves. It might have been in Excelsior. I can't recall. Our client was in a big box retailer parking lot. She was exiting her vehicle and walking, I think it was into the store, when all of a sudden she felt a substantial impact from behind and went to the ground, only to realize it was a mechanical cart caddy that had been operated by one of the employees in the parking lot who had either lost control, failed to control it, didn't do a good job, whatever the case may be. She ended up sustaining some substantial injuries to her lower body and required substantial medical treatment, including surgeries. There were many, many different orthopedists involved, hip specialists, knee specialists, etc. The issues in that case were largely driven by the videotape of the incident, which we were not allowed access to because typically big box retailers will not volunteer and produce those videos unless and until they're required under subpoena, which only takes place if a lawsuit is commenced. We did not commence a lawsuit straight away because our client was still very much in the healing process and the treatment process. And we were hopeful that we wouldn't have to go that route because her injuries were substantial enough that they would be willing to engage with us. Unfortunately, they continued to deny, and we were forced to essentially show them our cards and say, here is what's coming with respect to a lawsuit. And only after doing so, but on the cusp of actually having to commence the suit, did they present to us a proposal that our client was willing to accept as reasonable value for her injury. The timeline on that case was approximately 2 to 3 years, in part driven largely by the fact that our client continued to degrade in terms of her health with respect to some of her injuries. There was a hope that some of her injuries would be resolved quickly with therapies and non-interventional treatment. Unfortunately, it got to the point where she did need surgery to address some of her injuries. And if a client goes through a surgery, or one of our clients goes through that kind of a process, that generates all sorts of medical records, medical bills, insurance liens, things that need to be resolved and addressed before we can resolve a claim.